April 26, 1986, Chernobyl, Ukraine. Accident at the Chernobyl NPP. The biggest industrial disaster in Europe. Its long-term consequences turned out to be more terrible than the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Over 200,000 square kilometers of polluted territory, forever deserted cities, and radiation that keeps slowly killing people 26 years later. To this day, the mention of this tragedy still instills terror into humankind and forces us to recognize that we must never let such a disaster happen again. March 4th, 2022, Zaporizhia NPP, Enerhodar, Ukraine. The largest nuclear power plant in Europe is captured by the Russian army, having turned the Zaporizhia NPP into a launch pad. The occupying army began to shell Ukrainian cities, Nikopol and Marhanets daily. They had one goal: to get Ukraine to shoot back. Ukraine did not fall for the provocation, so the Russian army started to shell the ZNPP themselves. They blamed the shelling on the Ukrainian army.
Zaporizhia is completely out of control. What's at stake is the nuclear safety and security of the biggest nuclear power plant in the European continent.
At the time of the accident, there were 2,000 fuel assemblies on the fourth floor of the Chernobyl NPP. There are almost 18,000 at Zaporizhia NPP. Therefore, the consequences of an accident at ZNPP may be 10 times more serious than those of Chernobyl. In the event of such a disaster, the potential exclusion zone will be up to 30,000 square kilometers. Additionally, the potentially polluted area will reach 2 million square kilometers, covering Moldova, Romania, Bulgaria, and even Turkey. To avoid a catastrophe, Ukrainian representatives, the director of IAEA, and UN member representatives suggested that Russia create a demilitarized zone around Zaporizhia NPP, withdrawing the military equipment and personnel. Russia refused. Being unable to win on the battlefield, Russia uses nuclear blackmail to get Ukraine to capitulate as a last resort, hoping that if Kyiv does not make concessions, its allies will pressure it to do so, implicitly hinting any EU country's NPP can be captured. The European Union also has nuclear power plants. Accidents there are possible too.